Welcome to Pioneer Viewpoint. I'm Allie.
And I'm Nahzah. No, it's not a plane, it's a bird. Millions of birds are flying over Tennessee this week. Experts say that current weather conditions are causing the number of birds flying north through Tennessee to explode. Part of this is because of the peak bird migration. The birds fly north at night and spend all day eating and filling up their fat reserves.
Being able to spot those birds might be tough if you've been studying hard for finals this week. Jackson Sneed takes a look at how your vision is being impacted.
In this digital age, screens are a part of everyday life. We use phones, computers, and TVs to work, schedule, and relax throughout our day. While this is commonplace, there have been recent concerns about its impact on our vision.
Nowadays, optometrists and other eye specialists are coining terms such as digital eye strain or computer vision syndrome. According to Penn Medicine, these refer to the feelings and symptoms of staring at digital displays for long periods, which can cause pain and discomfort. These are primarily caused by high visible blue light, which is a type of light produced by digital devices. Symptoms include eye irritation, headaches, dry eye syndrome, and more. However, as is a new issue to tackle in the world of optometry, the severity of digital eye strain is still under debate.
To better understand how our newly screen-oriented lives affect our eyes, I talked with Dr. Lorraine Sneed, an optometrist who has been practicing for over 30 years.
No problem. Now, can you tell me a little bit about digital eye strain and how it affects the eye?
Sure. Digital eye strain, also known as computer vision syndrome, is a whole kind of spectrum of different eye symptoms when someone's been looking at a screen for a long period of time. It can be a phone screen, it could be a tablet, it could be a computer screen. And it's the whole array of symptoms from headache to eye strain to blurry vision to burning eyes to an actual shift in prescription as a result of all of the work that we do on screens.
Would you consider it this phenomenon, this digital eye strain, would you consider it potentially permanently damaging to folks' eyes, or is it just a discomfort?
It's a discomfort, but if you work on computers for a living, it's a daily discomfort.
Right.
So if something's causing you a headache, but then the next day you have to go back and do it again, and it causes another headache, that's pretty damaging over time.
Yeah.
And also if it results in a change in prescription, well then that's a permanent effect as a result of using a screen.
Is there any way for the people at home, could you tell how can someone protect themselves from this discomfort, this syndrome, if they maybe work in an office all day or have some sort of occupation where they're always dealing with screens?
Okay, well there's definitely several ways, all right? One is they have a coating that can go on eyeglasses, whether you wear a prescription or not, to block or reduce the blue light, and that helps a lot. Filters and lighting can reduce the glare, which would make it easy. The other part is just to increase your awareness and to take frequent visual breaks. So we have something that we recommend in eye care called the 20-20-20 rule, which means every 20 minutes, you take a break for 20 seconds and you look at something 20 feet away. And what that does is it shifts your focus from your desktop to the distance and allows some flexibility in your system. And so that gives your eyes a visual break.
Talking with Dr. Sneed, it is now clear that, while not immediately dangerous, computer vision syndrome is something to keep an eye on, especially if you work with screens on a regular basis. Wearing blue light glasses and taking breaks are just some of the few ways you can protect yourself from the dry eyes and discomforts of prolonged screen time.
Nearly half of Black Middle Tennesseans live below the poverty line. That's an upshot of a new report from the Urban League. The study shows they experience more than a third less economic well-being than white residents and struggle with attaining housing.
Those who are struggling to clothe themselves in Middle Tennessee are getting help from an honors project at Vol State. Lane Phelps checked out their recent clothing drive.
Doing a closet purge? There's a group interested in your cast-offs. So what are you guys doing today?
All right, well, we are currently doing a clothing drive this week. We are honors students. My name is Marcus Judd.
I'm Kaden Zimmerman.
And what we're doing right now is a clothing drive for an organization called People Loving Nashville. So they help out the homeless community in downtown Nashville, and it's very local, so it goes directly to the people in need.
We're giving out prizes like food and raffle tickets in order to get a gift card, so swing by.
Yes, it offers a little reward to the people who come by, and so far we've gotten a good amount, so we hope that the rest of this week will be just as productive.
The project on the Ball State campus took only a week to gather bags and bags of clothing and provide Chick-fil-A and Starbucks goodies to those who took part. At SRB, I'm Lane Phelps.
College athletes who are struggling with anxiety are getting some support from a local group. Kirsten Smith looks into Frontline Ministries.
With athletes' mental health being a trending topic, Lori Malone is focused on giving these athletes an outlet while rooting them in a relationship with Christ. I sat down with her to learn what Frontline Ministries' mission is all about.
The key motives behind Frontline Ministries is our passion and desire to see young people grow up in Christ and have a solid foundation in their life, and that they can do anything with Christ. So when I was in college, I really struggled with depression, anxiety, stress. I didn't have anybody to talk to in my life, and I really wish I had someone like a mentor that I could lean on and just ask really deep questions, or someone to help me through my walk in the season that I was in for softball and during college. And I didn't really want to talk to my parents about it, but I knew I needed somebody who was a friend, someone who I could trust, and I didn't have anybody. So that is my motivation of starting Frontline Ministries for these athletes and coaches, because I want to walk alongside of them and be a friend to them.
Lori looks to provide these athletes with the best resources. She has a motivation of generosity and open arms to these athletes so they know they will never be alone.
The future goals for Frontline Ministries is obviously to expand our reach, to touch more lives, be a part of more sports teams in our area, in the greater Nashville area, but also to grow our community as far as prayer partners and support such as donors and businesses and churches, people to gather on board to help reach our next generation and to give them hope for a future.
It's clear that Frontline Ministries is more than just an outlet. It's a lifeline grounded in faith and genuine care for athletes. Reporting for Volunteer State, I'm Kirsten Smith.
I'm going to do it with a good attitude, and no matter who sees or who doesn't, I'm going to keep on pushing.
Maybe a board game is the way to ease up on scholastic stress. Kenny Jang looks at how a new club is generating interest in a popular game.
Where am I?
We are in the hard-floored cafeteria in Wood. We're currently preparing for a D&D session for Tabletop Gamers Club. I'm Eric. I'm the president of the club. And yeah.
When does this club meet every week?
We meet at Wednesdays at 1 p.m. every week. We always meet in the same room unless stated otherwise. You can see my guy here. He's preparing for a session. And yeah.
Okay. So what is D&D exactly?
D&D is often referred to by the term tabletop role-playing game. I don't like to think of it that way strictly because it's not role-based. You don't need to play your character, you just need to enjoy the game. That's the sole goal. You can play whoever you want. You can play as bland or as exciting a character as you like. So you can even play yourself, you can play, or you can play some Dragon Slayer or something like that.
Why should I play D&D?
Well, D&D it's objectively, I mean, it has a lot of opportunity. You can do so much in the game, it's not even funny. Right now, we're just gonna play whatever we like in this. It's called a one-shot. And one-shots, you just set up a character, give them whatever, and you go. D&D is often seen as a very complex game. It's not really. There are apps and websites to help you with playing it, and it's way more simple than you think, and it's really fun. It's definitely worth it. I feel like storytelling and writing are very strong things you get from D&D. Or you can get creativity from it, definitely. Those are three very big skills I've learned from it. I've become a much better writer since I wrote my first campaign. And then I've become a much better storyteller when I played pre-built campaigns.
Okay. Anything else you want to add to it?
I feel like we've gotten everything.
Okay.
But like I said before, we meet every Wednesday, 1 p.m. in the main dining room. You can always come to me, E. Duggar, at volstate.edu.
It's been a busy season on the field for Vol State. Here's a look at sports.
I'm Cole with your Pioneer Sports. The Pioneers men's baseball team had a roller coaster weekend at Jackson State, winning 2 out of 3 games. Drew Plummer, Reed Muchinski, and Easton Denning each had an RBI in the first of a doubleheader on Saturday, powering Vol State to a 3-1 victory. The Green Jays edged the Pioneers 6-5 in Game 2, with Denning knocking in 2 runs for Vol State. In Sunday's game, the final regular game of Vol State cruised past Jackson State 12-3 thanks to 4 runs batted in by Denning and 2 RBIs from Muchinski, Gage Hoover, and Brady Nipper. The Lady Pioneers ended their regular season with a pair of wins against Jack State. Lydia Kirby batted in 4 runs in the first game to power Vol State to an 8-zip victory in 5 innings, with Brooklyn Levin pitching the shutout. Shelby Green knocked in 3 runs to give the Lady Pioneers a 6-1 win in their final regular season game. The number 6 Tennessee Vols were crushed 12-2 in 8 innings to lose the SEC series to the number 5 LSU Tigers Sunday. A sacrifice fly by Hunter Ensley and a double from Dalton Barga produced the Vols' only 2 runs of the day. Titans have signed 13 undrafted free agents immediately after the 2025 NFL Draft. Tennessee wasted no time, signing Cam Ward's primary receiver, Xavier Restrepo. The Titans also reportedly shelled out a sizable guarantee to land offensive tackle Brandon Crenshaw-Dixon out of Florida. Nashville SC is coming off a 7-2 victory over Chicago on Saturday as they prepare for this Saturday's game against Atlanta United. Nashville takes on Chattanooga on May 6 in the U.S. Open Cup. I'm Cole, and that's your Pioneer Sports.
Kind of a wet week and weekend ahead. Here's a look at the forecast.
I'm Lane with your Pioneer Forecast. We're starting to feel like summer in Middle Tennessee. Clouds and scattered thunderstorms today. Why is it going so slow? And tonight, the low dropping to 62. Rain early tomorrow, too, with isolated thunderstorm up near Portland. High will hit 78. Expect more clouds and showers tonight, the low around 60. More thunderstorms moving in on Friday, the high only reaching 73. In the meantime, if you're prone to allergies, you might want to stay inside for the next few days, with the risk of allergy symptoms hitting an all-time high for this year. I'm Lane with your Pioneer Forecast.
Gotta make sure I've got an umbrella in my car. That wraps up this edition of Pioneer Viewpoint. I'm Nahzah.
And I'm Allie. Thanks for joining us.